So hello and welcome to another podcast of the Gospel Rescue Mission. Today I am sitting here in the office of Dr. Sara Riechers at Compassionate Dental. Did I say your name right?
Not at all.
Not at all. So how do you pronounce your name?
Riechers. We say Riechers rhymes with stickers.
Riechers rhymes with stickers. I like it. So the reason for Dr. Sara, for us gathering together, is that you've done some work for us. Well, you've done quite a bit of work with us and with some of our residents for a while now. In particular, recently with one of our residents, Chris, who has quite a bit of work to do, and we've been telling his story on our website and on our newsletter. And so if our listeners are unfamiliar with that, please check out our website and the article on Chris's teeth getting fixed. It's really quite good. So maybe you can again introduce yourself and what do you do and how long have you been in business?
Sure. I'm Dr. Sara Riechers. I'm a dentist. I've been in town here for, it'll be 10 years next summer. Yeah, so I've had my own practice, Compassionate Dentistry, since 2000. And we just love being here, love the community.
That's great.
Yeah.
We so you got into dentistry about the same time that I got into work at the Gospel Rescue Mission.
Oh,
so it's fantastic. I love the name Compassionate Dental. Is there an underlying philosophy for your company that's kind of consistent with the name?
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely chose it very mindfully. You know, I look at it as kind of there's two prongs to it. Certainly, one side is that with each individual patient, we look at that as trying to have that compassionate interaction. There's so many folks with underlying dental fears and we don't know everyone's situation and whether their limitation is dental fear or financial or, whatever it is, we just try to tailor our care to each individual patient and try to do what's best for them individually. And then, of course, on the other side of things, looking at that more community aspect, we try to do things for our community. And whether that's, from time to time, might be volunteering on a dental van or donating to local nonprofits or working with the Gospel Rescue Mission to help out some folks in need. That's
great. I love it. So when you were approached about Chris's situation, is there any hesitation in getting involved in a case like this?
Well, not. I mean, on one hand, I say no. I mean, it's when I see folks that are obviously trying to turn their lives around, and I know how important a smile can be in a person's life, and when you see someone who's really trying to do the work and get their lives together, that includes having a job and having relationships. And without that smile, it can be very challenging sometimes. And so when you see someone who's really, really trying and, and obviously you guys are invested in this person and, to be able to help out them and then also help out you guys, that's something I can do pretty easily. And so we're happy to do it.
That's fantastic. That's really good. Let's see. So you didn't have to take on the project for Chris, but you did. What was in it? What was in it that caused you to go, yeah, we're going to do that with Chris?
Well, anytime you guys approach me, I figure that you guys know these folks. You've figured this out. You've seen enough to know or to have a pretty good sense. Obviously things can happen along the road, and people can have slip-ups, but you seem to have a pretty good sense of who this guy is and what he's about, and I think you guys do amazing stuff. You're doing great work, and so for me to be able to just say, okay, well, we can help some things out, and I don't want to take those dollars away from someone else who could really use the help. So yeah, happy to do it.
Cool. So we talk about barriers to independence, and that's really what this is all about for us, is to break down and help somebody overcome those barriers to their own independence. Would you consider teeth one of those barriers?
Like I said, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think certainly like going into a job interview and, so many jobs, you have some kind of interaction with the public, but even not just the public, even just having an interview and trying to get someone to believe in you when your smile looks like it can look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you don't have that presentable front, first impressions are huge.
Yeah.
And even just in personal relationships, it can really impact how people treat you and how you feel about yourself, your own self-confidence.
For sure.
It can be huge.
Yeah, that self-confidence, we've watched that so many times when somebody gets the teeth fixed, and even though maybe you've interacted with them for so long and you've had a relationship with them, you're not thinking about their teeth every time you see them or anything, but they think that it's the only thing you see,
Of course.
So that's
and even just the health aspect. When people have chronic long-term infections and they have toothaches constantly, it's like how to be able to put your time and energy and motivation into all the other things in life that you need to be focusing on when you have all that going on at the same time underlying everything you do every day.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, we were talking as you came in just about the pain of the regular job and the things that happen in your regular job and how things like that self-care can be so important to your own health. Then you realize, man, when your teeth are hurting and they're hurting for a long time, how that really affects your ability to sleep, your ability to eat, your ability, you don't even realize you start chewing on a different side of your mouth. It affects everything. It's really personal. Having met Chris, what personal qualities about him make him a good candidate for a procedure like this?
Well, he just seems really determined. When you're trying to get things back together, I mean, it's not, I can do lots of work, but, plenty of my patients, like, they got to do the work too. They got to do the work at home, but he certainly seems very determined and motivated to do his part.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing that drew me to really want to put it out there for him, was that real determination. And you were seeing it not just in this time at the mission, but his time in his drug court appointments and everything he's doing, and in his job, and in everything. And people that want to change should be able to change. I think should be able that road should be
at least
clear.
Given that opportunity.
Yeah. From start to finish, from the beginning and the end of this whole thing, what's this going to look like? Is there a way to nutshell the work that's being done for Chris?
This is months and months and quite a bit of investment, absolutely.
And these were, it wasn't the only option for him. I mean, you gave him multiple choices of, we could do this, we could do that.
Yeah, just like any patient, like I would, I try to make a fair and realistic assessment and talk through options and let the patient make the decision, because like we were just talking about, if we're keeping things around, it's the patient has to be motivated.
Sure.
If we see plenty of folks that get themselves into a dental situation where things aren't looking good, but it's like if those things don't change, it's going to keep not looking good. So there's no point in making all that investment, time, energy, and money, all that investment, if we're just going to get back to square one. So definitely, we got to review the options with each person and let them make the best decision for them. Very cool.
So most people think that serving others means volunteering at a homeless shelter or giving to charity. It's interesting. You see it as serving somebody with your occupation, and that's really cool. How do you put that together?
There's so many ways to give. I mean, and all those other things are great too. But being able to do this the value of what I can give much more by doing this than I could be if I just wrote a check.
Yeah.
It's something that the value of it can be more because it's within my own business. So it just it can be more meaningful that way.
Very good. Very good. Let's see. It seems like businesses like to complain about the homeless population and the problems they cause. Why do you think they might not be as thoughtful the way you are in becoming part of the solution?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Definitely as a business owner, it's a total different mindset sometimes. You have to, thinking about your business, thinking about, all of your patients, thinking about your employees, you have to take all those things into consideration. And I get it. I mean, I've certainly had times when I've been, when I've had employees kind of a little more fearful of their safety when they've run into folks in the back that shouldn't be there. So, I mean, there's definitely that. But at the same time, I guess I have a vivid enough imagination to imagine that, it's not, folks get in these situations not usually not out of choosing to, life happens, and everybody has a story, and that's not really my place to judge it. What I like to see is when, someone's really trying to better themselves and they're trying to get out of that situation and trying to improve for themselves. Yeah. And so when you see somebody making those efforts, I think that's fantastic. And, you guys, I'm sure, have stacks and stacks of success stories, and that's why you do what you do. And so just to be able to give a little boost to that, I think is great.
Yeah, that's cool. We definitely, I see, unfortunately, a lot of people who are there by choice, but what I know is that the only way they're going to get out of it is also by choice. And so if they're making a concerted effort, choosing to get out of that situation, that's the stuff that stands out. That's what makes these people different than just the run-of-the-mill average guy, homeless guy on the street or whatever, and it was easy to pick Chris because he stands out head and shoulders, among so many of the crowd that we see a lot of times, and that's really good. So last question, would you encourage more businesses to become involved in helping the homeless population of Grants Pass?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like in my business, being able to donate your service or whatever, whether that's services or products, again, because we're doing it through the business, you can make a bigger impact that way.
Yeah. I kind of think, like that whole do what you do. You don't have to become something else. You're a dentist, and so you don't have to become a soup kitchen helper or somebody who comes down and gives blood or whatever. You're doing what you do, and that way it fits into your schedule. You're in control of it, which again really allows you to be the expert in what you're doing in that sense. And it doesn't matter whether you're somebody who makes pizza, be a pizza maker to the glory of God and to the good of the world around you, and or be a dentist for the same reasons. And well, we really just think that what you're doing is awesome in that vein, and we love being here and getting the opportunity to talk to you. So thank you for giving us your time, and that's it. I'll let us go home on a Friday night and enjoy the weekend, and really appreciate your time.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right.
Glad to be here.
And that's it for us here at the Gospel Rescue Mission. Thank you for listening once again. Remember to check us out on our website at grantspassmission.org and share and like us on Facebook. And if there's somebody else out there that you think, man, they could really use to hear this podcast, be sure to share this with them and let them know about it. Again, thank you for your time and listening. God bless you and have a great day.